Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Jackie and I'm here to help you pass your U.S. naturalization interview. For most applicants, speaking and understanding English is one of the requirements to pass your N400 interview. The immigration officer may test your English ability by going through your N400 application. Some of the words are difficult for non-English speakers. I know there are a lot of words to review, so today I'll go over the most important ones. Are you ready? Let's start. Part 12. Additional information about you. Questions 1 through 5. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever? In your lifetime. In your lifetime. Claim to be a U.S. citizen. To say you are a U.S. citizen. To say you are a U.S. citizen. Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Register to vote. Sign up to choose a leader. Sign up to choose a leader. Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution? Declared legally incompetent. Told by a doctor that you can't make important decisions for yourself. Told by a doctor that you can't make important decisions for yourself. Confined to a mental institution. Forced to stay in a hospital for people with mental problems. Forced to stay in a hospital for people with mental problems. Questions 6 through 9. Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? Owe. Need to pay. Need to pay. Overdue taxes. Didn't pay taxes on time. Didn't pay taxes on time. Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? File a tax return. Send a tax form to the government. Send a tax form to the government. Have you ever called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Non-U.S. resident. Someone who doesn't live in the U.S. Someone who doesn't live in the U.S. Questions 10 through 12. Have you ever been a member of or in any way associated with a terrorist organization? Terrorist organization. A group that uses violence to hurt people or the government. A group that uses violence to hurt people or the government. Have you ever persecuted any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Persecute. To hurt someone badly because of religious or political beliefs. To hurt someone badly because of religious or political beliefs. Question 14. Were you ever involved in any way with genocide? Involve. To take part in. To take part in. Genocide. To kill a group of people because of their religion or race. To kill a group of people because of their religion or race. Were you ever involved in any way with killing or trying to kill someone? Kill. To cause someone to die. To cause someone to die. Question 16. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier, or did you otherwise ever serve in detention facility? Detention facility. A place where people are forced to stay. A place where people are forced to stay. Labor camp. A place where people are forced to work. A place where people are forced to work. Prison or jail. A place where the police keep people who have been arrested. A place where the police keep people who have been arrested. Questions 17 through 21. Were you ever a part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person or threatened to do so? Weapon. A knife or a gun. A knife or a gun. Organization. A group of people with the same idea. A group of people with the same idea. Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything that helped or supported people in combat? Combat. To fight in a war. To fight in a war. Questions 22 through 25. Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Crime. An action that breaks the law. An action that breaks the law. Offense. Minor crime. Minor crime. Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? Arrested. Caught by the police. Caught by the police. Cited. Given a ticket by the police. Given a ticket by the police. Detained. Taken to jail by the police. Taken to jail by the police. Question 30. Have you ever been a habitual drunkard? Habitual drunkard. Alcoholic. Alcoholic. Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution? Prostitute. Someone who has sex for money. Someone who has sex for money. Procure anyone for prostitution. To encourage someone to have sex for money. To encourage someone to have sex for money. Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit? Immigration benefit. Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? Illegal gambling. To play a game for money that is against the law. To play a game for money that is against the law. Have you ever failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony? Dependent. Someone who is relying on another person financially. Someone who is relying on another person financially. Pay alimony. To give money to an ex-spouse after a divorce. To give money to an ex-spouse after a divorce. Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? Misrepresentation. Lying about who you are or something you did. Lying about who you are or something you did. Public benefit. Money from the government, such as food stamps. Money from the government, such as food stamps. Questions 31 through 36. Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? False. Not true. Not true. Fraudulent. To claim something that is not true. To claim something that is not true. Misleading. Telling others something that is not true. Telling others something that is not true. Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States? Lie. To say things that are not true. To say things that are not true. Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings? Deportation. Forcing someone to leave the U.S. Forcing someone to leave the U.S. Questions 45 through 50. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Constitution. The supreme law of the land. The supreme law of the land. The form of government in the U.S. Republic. Republic. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Oath of allegiance to the United States. A promise to be loyal to the United States. A promise to be loyal to the United States. If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Bear arms. To own or use a gun. To own or use a gun. bear arms on behalf of the United States. To use a gun to defend the United States during a war. To use a gun to defend the United States during a war. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? Non-combatant services. Services that do not engage in fighting. Services that do not engage in fighting. Example of non-combatant services: nursing, cooking, or translation. Nursing, cooking, or translation. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Work of national importance. Important tasks during a national crisis. Important tasks during a national crisis. Civilian. Anyone who is not in the military. Anyone who is not in the military. Example of work of national importance under civilian direction. Helping the Red Cross during an earthquake. Helping the Red Cross during an earthquake.